Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Jeffrey Lazarus, and welcome to Strider. This is a reimagining of the 1989 arcade title, Strider. This version was developed by Double Helix, the same company that developed last year's Killer Instinct remake. And let's just go ahead and jump in and take a look at it. So, as you can see, we're actually here on the main menu. We're just past the title screen. Under Extras, you can see Concept Art, Character Intel, and Story Intel. These are all collectibles you can find scattered throughout the levels. Under Help and Options, you've got How to Play, which gives you your basic tutorial stuff. Controls, which I'll leave up on the screen there for a minute if you want to get a closer look at those. Most of this stuff is not going to be extremely relevant right now because we don't have a lot of these options that will make all these different items useful. Under our settings, we've got different volume sliders, brightness slider, and vibration. And then, of course, you can view the credits as well. You can see also achievements, leaderboards, and under single player game, you have resume game, new game, and a locked section, which I believe these are score attack or possibly time trial version of the game, version of the levels. So that does add a bit of replayability. Other than that, not a lot going on here in the menus. So let's go ahead and jump into the game. And I believe this is actually going to drop us in before the first major boss fight. So you can see the first major boss fight, and then we can take a look at the rest of the game from there. So what is Strider? Well, it's an action platformer, basically. The platforming is not really the big draw for the game or the most essential part of it. It's mostly the action. So as you can see, we are Strider. We can run, we can attack with our weapon, and you can attack just about as fast as you can press the button. You can also do a charge attack, and we've also gained the ability in this first level to actually do a slide move. And what this game does pretty well from what I've seen so far... Hold X when we need to charge strike these. This is kind of a Metroidvania. I said we gained the ability to do the slide. That opens up locked grates. And what that means is that we can then... I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. We can use that ability to open up new areas that we couldn't get to before. And let's just go ahead and cut this and we'll get started with this fight. But that'll allow us to open up areas that we couldn't get to before, much like in old school Metroid or Castlevania Symphony of the Night type thing. So as you play through the game, you'll get more abilities and items, and that will allow you to open up more areas of the game. And here we have the actual first boss battle, Ouroboros, which I thought I had already completed, but apparently I did not save afterwards. So we're going to start out with a boss fight. This should be interesting. But this to give you an idea of kind of the epic scale of the bosses, at least in this, what seems fairly simplistic 2D action game. Now, this is a $15 title that's available on Xbox One or on PC. As you can see here, we've got to basically climb up the Ouroboros and not get electrocuted on our way. Oh boy. This climbing thing is one of the main mechanics in the game, just like it was in the original Strider, actually. There was a lot of this climbing stuff going on. And just like in the original Strider, you do have 8-directional slashing, so you can attack enemies in any direction around you. But you are limited with the range of your attacks, so that is something to keep in mind. And as we get closer up here, you can see we can actually slash upwards. And this will actually kick off the second stage of the boss fight. So now we're going to be riding on his back. He's going to take off really fast. He's going to push us backwards. But yeah, this is the new Strider. I was fairly excited when I heard about this because I was a fan of Strider when I was younger. Played it a lot on the old consoles. And I have to say, this is a really, really nice reinvention of the franchise. Ow, that hurt. Say they took something that already worked fairly well and they made a new game around it, and they added in the Metroidvania elements where you have to search through the levels to find different different abilities and different items, and there's lots of collectibles and all that kind of stuff, and that is really, really cool. And I'm really, really enjoying the game so far. This is going to be a fun part. Ow, dodged right into a missile. That's always good. That's ow, and jumped into another one. As you can see, the game is fairly challenging. This is on the what they consider the normal difficulty. There are 3 difficulty levels. One is easier than this, and I think there's 3. There might be more than 3. I know there's at least 3 difficulty levels. I know there's at least one that's harder than this and one that's easier. You can see just attacking him. You can see some of the normal enemies there, and we actually got killed. That's terrible. Not showing off my skill at the game so much, but just really kind of give you guys an idea of what this game is about. Unfortunately, doing it in the boss area probably not the best thing to do. So instead, I'm actually going to run backwards into the level. There should still be some enemies here. It shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, here's enemies. And this gives you an idea of the more basic gameplay. So you see this green thing glowing in the background, this green and yellow thing I'm standing directly in front of? This was actually holding that door closed, but with the charge slash, I can attack that, open up the door, so on and so forth. Much like I can do right here, actually. Yeah, there we are. And what... Oh, I actually found a hidden health upgrade right before the boss room. Well, backtracking is beneficial. And you can see there's another area. It looks like this is a door that's locked off somehow, but I'm not sure how you'd actually go about getting in there. Say, traversing the environment's not difficult at all, thanks to the whole climbing ability. Yeah, let's just head back out into the... Oh, and you can see this guy's got a shield, so we actually have to use our charge slash to get through the shield. So different enemies require different methods of play. Always nice to see. And this is actually where we fought a boss. Can I not go anywhere other than here? Yeah, this gives you a very basic idea of how the gameplay actually works when fighting up against regular minions. I'm just keeping my blade charged up for the inevitable shield guy that I run into that I didn't actually run into. You know what? Let's actually save this. Yeah, these are actually save points. And let's go ahead and jump once more into the boss fight. And then if we get past the boss fight on this attempt, maybe we'll take a little run around the next level and do some exploring. But Strider, definitely, I feel... worth $15 price tag. It does have that replayability as well with the whether it's a time attack or score attack mode. I can't remember which. I think it might actually be a time trial, time attack type thing. But regardless, like I say, you get a solid, tight controlling game. The game does control very well. I understand on PC it controls exclusively with keyboard, but I believe you can also play it with a 360 pad, so that shouldn't be an issue, whichever method you want to play with. And it looks like we have encountered a glitch. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just had to give that a few minutes to work itself out. That was really strange. But I'm glad I got it documented on film, so you guys can actually see. Maybe this isn't a perfect game, and I would never claim that it was. Also, I'm apparently not a perfect player. Look at that. We're going to jump back into this multi-stage boss fight and see if we can't actually take this thing down and maybe get to the next level and show off some of that. But so far, with the time I've spent with this game, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Like I say, it's by no means a perfect game, so don't expect that it will be. But it is a ton of fun. It controls really, really well. And if you liked old school Strider, this will be... I'm not going to say it's a nostalgia trip, because it's really not. Because it's not the old school Strider, but it's that same character, It's, from what I understand, got like some of the same bosses and whatnot, and it's a good game. It really is. Double Helix, like, before Killer Instinct, they hadn't really made anything of note, and now they've got Killer Instinct and this. That's a studio that I think was just getting stuff they didn't want to make, and now that they're getting stuff that they actually want to make, they're making some really impressive and fun games. You see, just trying to stay up on this guy's back and cut him down. Yeah, there we go. I'm saying, hopefully we can get through this boss battle. I can show you some of the actual platforming and whatnot, which I know I've probably said like 3 times now already, and I apologize for that, but it's what happens when you're doing live commentary. Sometimes you lose focus, especially when you're dodging 8,000 missiles. What are you doing to me, Ouroboros? Quit with the... Ah, damn it. Well, at least I only got hit with 1 that time, and now there's the wind gust, and so on and so forth. Yeah, controls are fluid and tight, game's fun, plays well, looks pretty damn good, all things considered. I mean, yes, it's a 2D game. Also, just about murdered myself there, but that's okay. And you can see, once I actually get close enough to land an attack on this thing, just mash on the control, and there he goes down. And who knew it wasn't completely mechanical? As you can see, it's loading up the next area of the game now, and this is probably my one gripe is the loading screens. There's not a lot going on them, although they are thankfully very, very short, so you don't have to worry about that too awful much. So then we'll jump off and we'll land in this area, and now we can see some actual, like, pretty cool looking backgrounds. Look there, you can see the, you can see the statue in the background and the walkways and the banners kind of blowing in the wind, and the game looks like it looks really good if you take the time to actually like look into the backgrounds and really get a feel for the world that the game is presenting you with. I said, pretty tight controls. You're not going to dodge every shot, so don't even bother trying. But you can dodge enough of them to make it viable. Also, there's lots of little health pickups all over the place, so it's not really much of an issue. Just cutting our way through everybody. And there you can hear some of the voice acting in the background. I mean, it's cheesy, but you're remaking an 80s, late 80s, early 90s action platformer. Did you not expect it to be cheesy? And to be frank, it's okay. I'm glad that it's cheesy. It's fun. So the game is a bit of, I won't say mindless fun. It could be mindless if you just, really want to sit and just kind of play a platforming action game and just run around and cut through stuff. But there is a bit of strategy going on, like you have in any of these Metroid-style games or old-school Castlevania-style games, for that matter. Oh, I think I got to go over this building. Oh, another one of these things. But if you just want to run straight forward and hack your way through everything, I feel like that's probably a viable option, honestly. Like, I haven't seen anything that's been like, oh, well, I can't just, like, cut through this and just destroy everything in my path. Well, I take that back. I take that back. There was a fight before I got the charge slash, I believe. That was actually fairly difficult and required some strategy to get through. Also, I think... No. I think it's the right way. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just running around. Oh, here we have an actual, like, mini-boss. Interesting. I haven't fought this guy yet, so probably going to get my ass kicked. Ow. Yeah. And let's see if we can't Let's see if we can't kill this guy and maybe get a new ability out of it. Ah, geez. You can see his health bar actually up at the top. That hurt a lot, dude. Why you gotta be such a dick about things? Oh, boy. Just hack away, jump over to the other side, jump over to the other side. There we go. Let's keep him off balance. That seems to be working fairly well. Don't take another hit. That would be really bad. Is he mad? Is he gonna, like, do some super-powered attack thing? Nope, he's just gonna die. Awesome! And then this actually gains us a new ability. So you get this cool cutscene, and then this gives us the down strike. So now we have a new ability. Press Y in the air for down strike, and we can use it to break grates like this one. Oh, Jesus. They're still here. They still see me. And I just rode him into a... There's a library down here? Whatever, man. I'm not going to question it. Seems legit. Library underground. But yes, this is Strider. $15. Available on Xbox Live Arcade. Or, I'm sorry, Xbox One Live Arcade, whatever. It's available on the Xbox Live Marketplace on the Xbox One. Also available on Steam for $15, or your regional equivalent, as Total Biscuit likes to say. If you are a fan of... Ooh, gold. If you are a fan of kind of old-school action platformers, if you're a fan of Strider, then I absolutely recommend this game. In the meantime, I'm going to keep playing some Strider, try and figure out where the hell I'm going and what I'm doing. And that will do it. Oh, hey, look at that. I found a button. Cool. But I think that's going to do it for this video. As always, I've been your host, Jeffrey Lazarus. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time.